Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and today I'm going to be quickly walking you guys through making the hexagons I have used for the hexagon kaleidoscope Hexi blanket. This is not a granny stitch, not a granny puff. This is somewhere in betweenish in how it looks in the final project. I like this hexagon a lot because it's very attractive multicolor as well as in a solid color. So this was a great project at the time when I was working up a bunch of scraps, and now coming back to hexagons and really enjoying the shape and stuff. I'm enjoying making some extras. My original hexagons were worked using worsted weight scrap yarn in a size H, a size H 5mm hook. The one we're working on today is this one, and we are using a size I 5.5mm hook. So we do have a visible size difference here. This is very, very simple. This is a very quickie tutorial. Once again, as with all of my tutorials, I look forward to seeing what you make using them, but make it your own. Do what you want to do. This isn't a strict, you have to use worsted weight yarn and a size I hook. You can do these using fingering weight yarn. You could do these, using bulky weight yarn. I actually think this would be really cool, doing thread using this pattern because it's got that semi-lacy thing going for it. And if you did thread and put some together and did like a little valance or a cafe curtain or something, especially if you did them corner to corner and then did some sort of spacing on the edge to create a lace effect here as you're sewing. Kind of like they were medallions, like retro medallions hanging down. Anyway, this is the kind of thing, once again, you could do the same thing we talked about in the solid granny series or solid hexagon series, where you can, look at quilt patterns and use those for inspiration of how you want to set these together to make like a larger project. You can, use the join as you go method that I shared previously in a tutorial. To join these together, you would just, in your last row, join these together in pattern using the same join as you go method. The sky's the limit for what you can do, but this is a quickie tutorial. This isn't a tutorial that's going to teach you how to crochet or anything else. It's just walking you through the basics of how to build this hexagon. So let's get on with the show. Okay, you guys, let's get started. So we are going to either start with a chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or you can do this with magic loop. We are going to create our loop by slipping into that first stitch, chain 1, get that tail out of our way there, and we are going to work 12 double crochets into the loop here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 'over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go.' I wish I could make this more interesting for you guys. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops, I did not complete a stitch here. Once again, doing through the camera. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I'm just realizing the shadow I'm casting. I was trying to make it to where my camera would focus better on what I was working on, but it looks like we've got a weird shadow going. Anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we're going to slip into the first stitch, chain 1. If you would like, you may chain 2. Once again, this is one of those areas where it's your preference, dealer's choice. I do not like counting my first stitch as a stitch, and I find that doing a chain 2 tends to add too much wibbly wobbly bulk here. So I do a chain 1, just kind of a loose extended chain 1 there. And we're going to work 2 double crochets into the first stitch, and then we're going to chain 1. 2 double crochets into the second stitch, and chain 1, and so on until we have 24 double crochets and 12 chain 1 spaces. Again, for this tutorial, I'm working with Premier Basics just because it's the scrap that I had on hand. I do happen to really like this. It is an excellent budget acrylic yarn. It holds up fairly well. I will always prefer the anti-pilling for anything I'm going to hold on to long term, or I know is going to get like heavy wear and tear, but the Basics is definitely a great budget acrylic. It comes in a lot of colors too. They really went ham when they created that line, and now it's had so many expansions. I do have an affiliate link for them in the description box if you're interested in purchasing some. You don't have to use Premier Basics to make these hexagons though. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So 2 more. Haha. I always double check myself when I'm starting a project or starting a square like this, just because it's easier to check now than it is to check down the road. So we're going to end this with a chain 1, and we're going to slip stitch into the first double crochet. So now we have our little circle here with these little spaces that we can work into. So we're going to chain 1, 2 double crochets into the chain 1 space here, working kind of behind ourselves. And then we are going to, I got to double check myself now. Yeah, we're just going to double crochet into the next space. We're going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets into this space. Then we are going to double crochet twice into the next space. I had to double check whether or not there was a chain 1 this time, because it has been a little while since I've made a bunch of these. 1, 2. So the pattern for this is you're making a side cluster, a corner double cluster, a side cluster, a corner double cluster. So the next one is 2 double crochets, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, 2 double crochets. corner side, another corner, double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and then into the next hole, chain 1 space, we're going to work 2 double crochet. See, now that we've done a couple corner spots, you can really see where this is now. All of a sudden, boom, it's a hexagon. I do like how this one all of a sudden goes from circle to hexagon in that first round. Two double crochet, chain 2 to make a corner. So once again, this is super duper simple, super easy. I know we get in our heads about weird shapes and stuff. You know, there's got to be more to it. There has to be more to it. It can't be that simple. And I promise you, it is just that simple. Chain 2, chained, or 2 double crochets. And then we've already worked our cluster here. So we're going to slip stitch and call it a day. Snip it, flip it around and reverse it. There you go. So the formula, just to recap, 12 double crochets for round 1. The next round is in each stitch, you're going to double crochet twice, chain 1 all the way around. So you're going to end with 24 clusters and 12 clusters, 24 double crochets and 12 spaces. Round 3, in any order you want. You could slip over if you want to. If you don't like starting in the back corner, you could slip across the top 2 stitches and work into the next space. There's many ways to do this. I just have gotten used to the working into the space behind you. But the formula is, in one space, you're going to have 2 double crochet. In the following space, you're going to have 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. The next space, 2 double crochet. The space after that, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. And that's going to turn this into a hexagon. And then from here, you're going to work corners into the corners, 2 doubles into your spaces. This is denser than a granny puff or a granny stitch, but it's not textural like the granny puff, where you're basically making bubbled stitches in the spaces. So you could from here play with, like, if you don't want to do this one the next round, you could do like a proper cluster up here, or you know, a decorative bobble stitch of some form, and, you know, add texture into it from there. I don't know how to necessarily do that smoothly, but play with it. Make this your own. Once again, you can, I know, very similar hexagons to this are used to make like the hexagon cardies and stuff. So if you want to work this out to a size that you can make a cardigan with, theoretically, you could convert this into a hexagon cardie. I still think those are wild, the way you can, you know, smush a hexagon up and turn it into a sweater. Ooh, my Roomba just came to life without me telling it to. It kind of scared me. Anyway, very, very easy pattern to remember. 12 double crochets. The next one is 2 double crochets in each stitch, chain 1, 2 double crochets, chain 1. Round 3, 2 double crochets in the space. The next one, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. So if you want to write that down, you can write that down, make yourself a little note. That way you've got it on hand. And then you've got yourself some cute little hexagons. These for the kaleidoscope Hexi actually used a size H hook. Today I used a size I hook. So my hexagon is a bit larger there. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. I hope you like this hexagon as much as you guys have liked the solid hexagon. I love you guys and I look forward to seeing you real soon. Bye guys.